It's a 2v1. What do you do? Do you play by yourself or with a teammate? Play with your teammate so you don't die. Dun dun.
Last player.
Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? My little brother, who is a Siege gamer, is making the transition into Valorant on console, and he wanted, a little bit of tips, right? A little bit of help from the big bro. So I had to go ahead and do a VOD review for him, right, to make sure that he is on the right track, because him and his homies are climbing the ranks. But if you want to match it console PC, it ain't adding up, right? So got to make sure that he is doing the right things, learning the right things, so that he can stay ahead of the curve, ahead of the game, so that he will be high rank forever, right? So let's go. We're playing some Ascent. He is playing Sky, right? So for their comp, they got an ISO, KJ, Sky, Gecko, and a Clove versus a ISO Reyna, Clove, Jet, and a Gecko. So the enemy team does have smokes, but they don't have a Sentinel. What does that mean? That means attack is going to be fairly easy in the sense that they're not going to be able to cover sites and hold the map efficiently, because they're going to have to probably spread out their resources even more, as well as they're just not going to have that site presence that like a KJ would have, right? So let's get into it. All right, so it's looking like first round he is starting with a classic, a 2 flashes and his heal, right? So you do not need to run your heal here. I would say just buy a ghost, right? Get a better gun. And if anything, if you're going to buy util, you should be buying your dog. Reason for that is just so you have more opportunities to clear things, right? In all reality, though, it is pistol round, so you might not want to like spend too much time trying to get like too crazy info. You guys could low-key just rush site because they don't have that sentinel, like we said earlier. But I am not opposed to
So
this.
how do I curve this bitch? Do I just look where I needed to go?
Yeah, you gotta hold it in and look. So when you throw that flash, you throw it, you keep holding the button, and you curve. That flash was dog.
Dropping smoke.
Tip. When you are doing things like that, right? Your map. Also, you should make it so that you can see the entire map here. In the settings, you can mess with that, right? It's better to see the whole map just so you can have a better idea instead of having half of the map cut off. It just reduces how much information you get. When you are here and you throw that flash, you can use this mini-map to see where the flash is at so you can correctly pop it in the right location. Okay, team's coming out. Boom, this is a dry peek. You have no idea if anybody's on here, and you have a flash. Why are you not flashing, right? You have this cover, you can throw the flash, literally throw it like this, boom, pop, and that'll clear out, this corner and anybody who's peeking, right? But you should not just be wide swinging, especially when you have no one with you. That's what it seems like. No, you might have a gecko, but you should be throwing a flash here.
One on stairs, one on stairs.
Not bad.
Okay.
Spike sticking. Thanks, little man.
Also, if you're expecting to get into a fight immediately, you don't want to just walk while you're aiming to fight people. So think about what you're doing here, right? Obviously, you're new to the game. You have 2 guys who are pushing this, and you have 2 guys that are holding this, right? What are you doing? I'm not really a big fan of your team walking out like this. They have to use utility to retake the site. By your teammates walking out, it's kind of giving them an opportunity to get frags, right? Because all they need to do is just get a few picks and it's even. Your Clove's one shot and he's pushing out. So if somebody just peeks and they fight and they insta kill your ISO, that means your Clove is basically just gets shot in the leg, the body, anywhere, dies, right? So honestly, just holding sight, and not necessarily just sight, but holding the area and forcing them to walk into you, use that util to get on the site, is going to be more beneficial than walking out and taking duels. Especially because when you walk out, you're getting closer to them, which means they take that fight earlier, which means that if they win that fight, they have more time. You want them to have to methodically clear every corner to be able to get to here and fight you on your terms. As an initiator, you should be enabling your team. So obviously I don't agree with them walking out there, but if they are going to walk out, you should walk out with them, and you should be enabling them with your utility. Or since you had a teammates here, you should be enabling them with utility. And what that means is you can throw a flash out into the open here and you can pop it. You don't even have to peek it, but pop it, and if it makes a noise, somebody's there, which will give your team information like, hey, someone's there. If you go out there and pop it and it doesn't hit anything, maybe no one's there, maybe they're already here, things like that. But that passive flash noise can give you information on other things. On to the next round. All right. It is round two. This is your buy round, right? So first round, obviously pistol round. Second round is going to be your buy round. You're not going to buy a Vandal. This is like kind of like a half buy situation in the sense of where you buy like an SMG, things like that, right? You're gonna buy an SMG and you're gonna buy full armor. The reason why you do this is because the enemy team can't afford anything, and if they force, they're going to be their economy, because they're probably going to lose still, is going to be so bad, right? So the reason why you want to buy full armor and a good gun, like a Spectre, things like that, you want to have as much health possible, because this round is basically a quote unquote bonus round for you, right? You want to you're supposed to win this round. You want to make sure you win this round, because if you lose this round when they're on an eco, now your economy is going to get even worse, or you're just throwing away a round if even if you don't spend money. So don't buy a Vandal here. Buy full shield and a Spectre, and you're fine. Also, you don't have to always all just 5 shove through here, especially when you start playing against more Sentinels. It's not going to work. When you have better guns, it's good to kind of spread the map, right? Because since they are on they should be on a pistol round, they should stack. They honestly should stack, take a gamble, things like that, because at the end of the day, they need picks, they need guns, right? So they should probably just stack a site, play some ratty corners, whatever, because they're not going to win a fight where you have better guns and they have to retake into your better guns.
Blinded.
Yeah, so since you threw your flash and you popped it out here, so basically the wall, right? The wall is here. So when the round starts, the jet just walks out and your flash goes through and hits somebody, but the jet's able to get through. If you're going to throw a flash here, you want to pop it on this corner. The reason for that is because, well, I'll draw it here. You want to pop it on this corner, right? Because the reason for that is people could be holding this angle. And if you peek into this angle when they have an op or anything and they're not flashed, they could potentially kill you and walk away. Especially if it's a jet. She hears footsteps, pops her dash, you peek her, she hits the shot, backs up, boom. That's a free pick and she got away. So if you're going to pop your flash, it needs to be instant. Unless you know they're not going to walk up. Especially since they're going to have guns that don't have the best range, it's highly likely that they walk up. Because why would you walk up with a gun that is better long range? So you get the trade. So this is fine though, right? This is fine because you're getting even trades, right? Even trades are better for offense, not for defense, because they have to protect the whole map, whereas y'all can go wherever you want. In all reality here, since your team is buying rifles, you could buy up, but your economy's in a pretty bad spot. What you could do as well is you could also just buy a smaller gun and maybe your utility. And since you're an initiator, you're going to be playing off of your teammates anyways. So what you could do, play off your teammates, not necessarily bait them, but you're enabling them. And let's say that they take a fight, they barely lose, and then you finish that fight, you can pick up that gun now. Or let's say they lose, and you fight a guy and they back up, you get their gun, right? So if your economy is really bad, you don't always have to all have rifles, but you need to have a good enough gun, I would say, for the route you're going to take, right? So if you're going to go B, and it's a lot of short range, it's okay to have like an SMG, but just understand that you're not going to win any long range fights, so play with your team, and if they do die, you get a gun.
How?
Walk out.
Pop it. They could have walked out again.
Focusing. Enemy B. Destabilizing.
Which they did, see? Good. You're low and you're vulnerable.
One market.
So now it sucks because you used your only flash because you bought a gun to clear basically nothing, and now you're, as the initiator, need to get your team onto site. So now you have to solely rely on this guy to get you on the site. So a good thing to learn how to do. I'm not sure how to do it on a controller, but like jump peeking. So basically you would pull out like your knife, you would jump, and then you would pull like your analog stick to the left. So you would like jump out and then just pull the analog stick back the opposite direction, so you can kind of like air strafe. But if you don't want to do that, you can pull out your knife and just jiggle peek like this. So you could use that to kind of like peek this angle to your left, like just peek, just to kind of get information, right? Because right now, your KJ doesn't see your left; he only sees market. So technically, somebody could be walking on you right now, and you have no idea. And if he gets this kill, now KJ has to basically re-enter site into a guy who might have a flash. So right now you haven't been looking. So right there, boom. So he's right there, right? So luckily he peeks you here, right? But as you can see, you haven't been jiggling this, so he's here. If he would have walked like a couple steps to the left, You check stairs, and you're like, oh, damn, he's not on site, and then he swings you and kills you because you have no idea he's there, right? Luckily, that guy is dog. Don't shoot through smokes with a Vandal because it leaves tracers, and they can shoot you back. If you want to shoot through smokes, if you like shooting through smokes, play with a Phantom. Because you will lose a lot of the time if you do that. You're aiming at feet level.
I have it. How the fuck do I have it? One on your walkout?
Run for it.
How the fuck
So, this is not R6, dog. It's not R6. You don't need to be aiming in.
do I have it?
When you aim in with a Vandal and you shoot, it slows down your rate of fire, right? Like, don't aim in here. Just stay hip firing.
One on your
And you could have, and then you kind of moved there. You could have shot, and then you could have took some shots, and if you missed, you could have like strafed a little bit, right? Don't aim in there. You're point blank.
How the fuck do I have
So if I was a betting man, I'd assume you guys would be pushing this site again, and I would be right. All right, so actually, oh, I lost. You guys switching it up. Fuck. So obviously as an initiator, you can use like your tools to get in, but if I were you, I would just tell Gecko to ult us in. That is from way too far. You're gonna get like no information.
Nobody's tuck left.
Yeah.
I'm tuck right.
Show me making cover. Wingman's planting. Down you go.
Looks like you guys have a better understanding of how Tab Wingman is so bad. I don't know how to push this side. Let's close the door or anything. What is his positioning?
Reloading.
Reloading. Enemy spotted A.
You have flashes.
Hawk out.
One enemy remaining.
That's hitting no one. That took so long.
Blinded one. He's on the glass. He dropped.
He's not gonna make it. You can cut him off to your right. Nope, you're gonna chase him now. He's gonna turn and kill you. You could have cut him off the other way.
Not that scary.
You get out though. Also, when it comes to the bomb, not sure if you know, but your sound circle, as long as you're outside, like if as long as the bomb's not in your circle, you're not in the blast radius. We don't know what's in smoke. You can dog through smoke. You can flash through smoke. Yeah. You go to dog, but your teammates just walk through anyway, so you're in smoke. You can't see anything, right? But your teammates can. And what does that mean for you? You can look at the minimap, and you can see the minimap, and you can shoot through the smoke. You can take an educated guess, right? Or you could ping, and your ping will tell you where you're aiming, and then you can shoot, right? So whenever you're in the smoke, look at your minimap, because you can't see anything anyways. So, look at your minimap. Teammates will kind of show you what they see, and you can shoot through smoke, and you might even get a kill through smoke.
My ult is ready.
Breaking down.
Reloading.
Boom. Well, another tip here. It is a 4v2. Why are you taking a 1v1 in a 4v2? If y'all don't fucking march onto B and plant the bomb together, and then just continue to take the 4v2, like, why are you giving this guy a one-on-one? This guy, out of all people, who gains health for getting frags. You don't want to give Reyna an advantage. She's a snowball character. You don't want to. If she kills you, gets health and a gun. You don't want to do that. And we're on defense right now, like pistol round. So you have dog, right? So on defense, I definitely would probably prefer flashes and heal, because if you take any chip damage, you could heal yourself up, right? Because you're not really actively looking for information, and the information that you want, you can get with your flashes, right? So right here, I would definitely buy heal, probably heal and a gun, and then positioning wise, we'll go back to Valo plant. What you can do is you can play here, your teammate can play here, your teammate can jiggle. The second they see that they're here on the mini map, right? Or they see them and you see them on the mini map, they'll let you know. You flash, and then they can swing off of that flash. They planted A. Yeah, I would just sprint to A. Bruh, just sprint to A. Where are you going? Sprint to A. Flood the site. You lost first defense round, your pistol round. You should not be buying guns. And this is a swift play, which I don't know if it is or not. No, it's not a swift play. Yeah, you should not be buying guns. If you lose your pistol round, you save because you need better guns in third round. And that's another thing, right? You're like, if I just had a gun, you lost pistol round. You should be on pistols right now. The fact, and then now you've bought up a gun, and look, since y'all have no armors and guns, and they have guns and armor, they are walking you right now. So you guys just wasted money.
Where? Left or right?
So it's 3v3. So when you have numbers, you play together. When they have numbers, you gotta like split up, right? So you can try to find picks. When y'all are even, you need to play together, right? You're going to take a fight here when both your teammates are not there, and you're on defense. What does that mean? If you die, that is way worse if they die. Even if y'all get a trade, it's better for them because it's gonna be harder for y'all to control the map, right? So if you want to take this fight, if you want to grab that gun, your clove needs to be with you. If she's not, you don't take this fight because it's too risky.
They're rotating.
So where are you going? There's a vandal on the floor. No, am I tripping? Like, crap. Like, bruh. Okay, let's say that's true. They're rotating. Why are you giving up map control? What if you run away and they fake rotate? Map control! Fuck! It's a 2v1. What do you do? Do you play by yourself or with a teammate? Play with your teammate so you don't die. Dun-dun.
Last player standing.
Yo, I can't hear, bro. Tree.
Yeah, you can't hear because when they walk, they're silent. All right, so these are things that I would have you work on, right? So first thing we're talking about is economy, saving money, and understanding the difference between full buying, eco, and bonus, right? So full buy is basically when you're buying to get an advantage. So for example, after you win pistol round, you will full buy, and your full buy won't be a vandal. It'll be like a specter and armor, so you can have that advantage. And eco is when you're on the other end of that. Let's say you lose pistol round. You want to save money that round because the probability of you losing that is super high. So you don't want to buy guns just to lose them and lose more money, right? And then a bonus round would be, let's say, you win pistol round, you win your full buy round. Now you get another round where they're going to have rifles, but you save money and stay on your SMGs and play accordingly. And then if you win, you win. If you don't, you don't. That's cool. Next round you buy rifles, and then you're on like you still have good economy, right? And then when it comes to your abilities, you're letting your flash fly all the way out and popping it. Like you shouldn't hit nobody like that. They'll look away, yada yada yada. As well as you're not only flashing to blind people, you're flashing for information. When you flash and you hit someone, your bird makes a noise. What does that mean? Someone's there. So on defense, for example, if you throw a flash into a choke that they might, they spawn at, and you pop it and you hear the bah, right? Blinded. Like there's someone there. Okay, I know at least one person's there. It's not going to give you great info like, oh, there's like a Solo Dart where it highlights them, or like a KO knife where it tells you, right? But like someone is there, right? So you can play accordingly. Compared to if you throw the flash, you hit nothing. No one's there, or they're maybe hiding back, or it gives you other information, right? So I would definitely work on these first, and then as we continue to coach you things like that, we'll definitely expand a little bit more so we can kind of like, chip away at your inefficiency and just make you a better player. Other than that, you're new. I'm not gonna say you're bad, but this is our foundation. This is where we start, right? So only up from here. And then for anybody else who's interested in coaching, man, all you gotta do is hit me up, and I will be more than happy to do a VOD review. I've been away from the game for a little bit, but my knowledge is still kind of there. And hey, it helps you get better. It helps me make some content. It's a win-win. If you guys like this content, leave a like down below. If you would like to see maybe a specific VOD review on a specific character, just comment down below, and I'll try to get to that one first if I can, if I have the footage available. And yeah, hopefully you guys have a great morning, afternoon, night, wherever you may be, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.